Dr. Avinash Trivedi, Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, JIMS, Greater Noida. Today we are going to discuss on very important topic of Java, that is Java string. These are some topics on which we will talk. String in Java. So for any program, we need to pass some input, we process it, and we get output. So to give a sequence of character in any program, we use string. And in Java, strings are basically an object, and a sequence of characters are making one string. And the coding technique which we are using to develop or to store any string is UTF-16. And to store one single character, we use 2 bytes in UTF-16 coding technique. And an array of characters works as a Java string. A string class is used to create a string object. So whatever value we want to store as a string is basically an object, and for object we need class. So a string class is there in Java. The java.lang.string class implements serializable, comparable, and character sequence interfaces. So in our string object, we need to perform some task. That is why we are implementing these interfaces. The Java string class is an immutable class. Immutable means once you have declared, then you are not able to modify that. Means you are not able to modify the value. And this gives lots of facilities also. And possibility of error gets reduced in case of immutable. So an immutable class is simply a class whose instances cannot be modified. So whatever values, like if you have stored gems, so you will not be able to change the value of gems to gemtech. If you are changing, it will be a new object, but gems object will not change. So immutable classes are easier to design, implement, and use than mutable classes. Less prone to error and are more secure. Automatically thread safe and have to synchronization issues. So immutable classes are very easy to handle. It is free from any kind of error, and it is thread safe. It means if any resource is shared between different processes, then possibility of error is very less. So its synchronization is also very easy, its serialization is also very easy. Now we try to understand how do we create any string. So string is an object, and there are various ways. If we want to create a string using a string literal, then simple technique is you mention class name, that is a string, then reference variable, in this case it is my string, equal work is worship. So what is work is worship here? It is an object. And how do we recognize this object? With the help of reference variable my string. So we have created object and we have mentioned its reference variable. Second way is using new keyword. So how do we create any string using new keyword? We mention string, that is class name, then reference variable name equal new string and whatever object we are interested to create. So here in this line we are creating an object having value work is worksheet. So using new we can create any string object. Third one is using another object. Means you are creating one object with the help of other object. Say in this case there is one object core Java and that is referred by my string variable. Now you are creating another reference variable, say my string2, and you are using new keyword and you are passing reference variable of previous object. So what is my string here? My string is reference variable of object core Java. So this will create your object using object. Say here character array is an array of character and it has COREJVA, and using this character array, which collectively known as an array of characters, and it is same as an object. And when you create object using object, you can create and you can print it, you can see these two will be same. So in this case we are creating object using object. Fourth way is using plus operator. Suppose there is one object core and addressed by my string reference variable. Similarly there is my string2. Now you can create any string, say final string equal my string plus my string2. So these two reference variable will concatenate two objects and will create a new object, and new object will be referenced by string type of reference variable, that is my final string. So this one is the fourth way of creating any object. Now we will talk about string concatenation. How can we create that we studied, and now we will concatenate different strings. So a very common method is using plus operator, and if objects are given, you just apply plus operator between reference variables of a string, and after concatenation, after the plus operation, you will get a single string, my final string. So in this way you can concatenate any string. There is one method also, that is concat method. In this case you can also concatenate two string. See there are two reference variable, my string1 containing core, my string2 containing Java, and how do we apply concat method? As we know, to call any method we need to use object. So string is an object, so what we are writing, core is an object. When we are writing core dot concat and passing Java value, so it will concatenate core with Java. So concatenate method requires one object, and whosoever object is calling to this method, and we get finally concatenated value. Java string pool, it's very important concept, and this is used to manage memory or optimize memory. So string allocation, like all objects allocation, is costly in both time and memory. When we declare any string or any variable, it occupies some space in memory. So using Java string pool, we can create only one set of objects, and if any new reference is coming with existing object, then string pools are used, and we do not create a new object, but we use the object which is existing in the pool. So JVM is efficiently managing Java string pool. Each time you code create a string literal, the JVM checks the setting literal pool first. Like if you want to create a string a equal gyms. So first of all, your means JVM will search whether this gyms object is existing in pool or not. If it is existing, then your reference variable a will point to existing object. It will not create any new object. So it saves your time. And if there is no object of current type, then it will create a new object in the pool and reference will be allotted. Like in this case, suppose there is one my string which is a string variable, and that is referring to one object code Java. So in figure we can see there is string pool and code Java object is referred by my string. And suppose you are creating any other reference that is my string 2, and you want to save the same value code Java. So it will not create a new object, but reference will be allotted to new variable also. So both my string as well as my string 2 will show the same object code Java. Now if you change the literal in new string, suppose you are changing your my string is showing core Java, and in your third variable my string 2, if you are writing high core Java, so it will not modify the existing object. As we know, objects are immutable, that will not change. So a new object will be created in string pool and new object will be referenced by the new variable. So in this case, my string was showing one object core Java, and now altered object is now a new object and will be referenced by the other variable. Java string pool and heap. Suppose you are creating any object using new keyword, then this will not create object in string pool, or it will not search. It will create a new object in heap, and that will be separately identified. So in this case, though code Java object is present in string pool, but as you have created this using new keyword, so a new object will be created and its reference will be given by my string 3. Now we need to compare different strings. So there are some methods like equals method or double assignment operator or using compare to method. Using these three methods we can compare two strings in Java. So how we There are some methods like equals method, equal ignore case. It means it will not consider the case of object and you can compare it. See, in this program, there are two objects referring with my string 1 is referring Java object and my string 2 referring Java. My string 3 is created using new keyword and my string 4 is showing core and my string 5 is showing capital Java. And if we compare my string 1 dot equals my string 2, both are having Java keyword. That is why we are getting true value. So result is true because it is a Boolean returning function. Similarly, my string 1 and my string 3 are containing same value. So all the characters are matching. That is why we are getting true value. In third case, since characters are not matching, that is why we are getting false. And in fourth case, when you are comparing using equals ignore case. In first case, Java is written in a small case, and in my string 5, it is written in capital, but we are ignoring case. That is why we are getting true value. But double equal operators mechanisms are different. In this case, when you are comparing my string 1 with my string 2, both are present in string pool. That is why you are getting true value. But when you are comparing my string 1 with my string 3, we get false. Why we are getting false? Because my string 3 has been created using new keyword, and when you create any object using new keyword, it will be created in heap. So comparison is taking place between string pool and heap. So boundaries are different. That is why you are getting false. If both the objects are present in the same pool, you will get true value, and if they are not present in string pool, then result will be false. So if we say equality 0 means both are equal. If string 1 is greater than string 2, we get positive value. If string 1 is less than string 2, it gets negative value. And compare to operator means function is used to implement comparison. So we can compare it using compare to method, and if it is exactly equal, then we get 0, greater +1, and -1 when it is less than. So escapes characters are very much important, and it has different meaning in different languages. And how we come to know what is this? Escape characters are always written with the help of backslash. And in this particular line, when we are interested to write Core Java Guru, welcome to Core Java Guru, it means Core Java Guru you want to present in double quotes. So how do we write? To write this, you need to write backslash and double quote. So this will be treated as a comment, and it will not be analyzed by JVM. So whatever output you want to get, you will get it with the help of escape character. So this is some list of escape character. Using that, you can use in any programming language. Here we are, if we are using \t, it means the next character or value will come after a fixed number of spaces. Similarly, \b, n, r, f, etc. are having its own meaning, and based upon our requirement we use escape characters. So thank you very much. String is an important object or class which is used to store a sequence of characters, and as we know, our most of the data are string in nature, and string is very helpful also, as we decide or declare it immutable, then possibility of modification or error is very less when we talk about string class. And string class is playing its vital role in programming. So in this topic we will discuss only this, and for further important topics we will see in next videos. Thank you.